are now alive for session 2
Woohoo!
of the campaign with no name. Warhammer 40k.
I feel like I've played more than twice, but okay.
Yeah, we
session
have
0 and 0.5.
yes, we did. So session oh no, we're trying to get head around the rules, and session the revenge of
We're slightly better at it now.
slightly, only slightly. Okay, so you should all hopefully have a map of Grissenwald in front of you. I'm going to do a brief recap because I don't want to put my foot in it. I always put my foot in it. That you have arrived in Grissenwald. You deposited your bounty, Elias, for a monetary reward, which you got from the magistrate. And while you're there, you learnt of a murder which occurred in the Midden Plaza, probably the night before. A grisly murder where somebody had been mutilated and left in the stocks. This was a particular worry for the magistrate because it's the opening night of a play, the Harlot of Lourdes, tonight. So he really didn't want that kind of disturbance. So he's asked you, fair people, to investigate and apprehend whoever's responsible. And you immediately went shopping, and then
Important things first.
yeah, you got yourself. You actually had some money, so you thought you'd get kitted out, and then you did a little bit of a preliminary investigation, and I think that's about where we're at, isn't it?
It was in the Midden Platte. Zechariah had a pleasant conversation with a priest of Sigmar. We examined where the body was because it's still there. It had some significant wounds. We theorized that he might have been killed on patrol, but the guard said, well, not necessarily, because he might have been off work last night because of the festival and what have you. We also found out something about someone called Rosalind, and essentially the series of murders have been sort of possibly progressively getting worse if they're linked at all. Because Rosalind had her eyes gouged out. People we found in the river had their eyes gouged out and their tongues cut off. And Mr. Hoss, and Mr. Hoss had his eyes gouged out, tongue cut out and pulled out through the gash in his throat, and he had been gelded badly by somebody without skill. Oh, and there was a little bit of property damage as well because they'd smashed the lock on the stocks. So obviously that's damage to imperial property, which is the worst thing we have to investigate.
Dare they? Absolutely.
Yeah,
people are 10 a penny, but my God, the workmanship has to go into one of those padlocks. Show the dwarves a favour. They put grudges on for stuff like that.
Well, it wouldn't have been dwarven made because they wouldn't have been able to smash it, so it's fine.
Have 10 experience for your little recap there, Dominic.
Thanks very much.
Hey, Roman.
Oh, we mean Dominic.
And so you did also find out there's a rough chronological order. Yeah, chronology to the deaths. You think the oldest one was of a woman called Rosalind, who was found dead in her home. She
a week
lived
ago,
in
wasn't
the
it, or
docks.
longer than that?
It was. Just check my timeline. I apologise.
That's right. We should have taken more notes and written that down.
Do you not like the smell of this from my desk?
The bodies you found in the river, they have been dead about a week. It looks like that Rosalind had been murdered the week before, so she was like a couple of weeks old as that crime occurred.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
Oh, has everyone refreshed their short-term ambitions, personal ones, if they've fulfilled them?
Ambitions is not our motivation. Where the hell's ambitions? That one. Short term. No, I haven't
Because
done
if you
the
fulfill it within like 2 or 3 sessions.
I haven't done the foretell one yet.
Get on with it, man. You're falling behind.
It's important. It's important to do those because they're extra exp.
I don't know what mine is.
You have to come up. Oh yeah, you're a dwarf slayer, aren't you? It's like short-term ambition. get killed. Oh shit, I'm still alive. I failed.
That's my long-term, short-term, and everything. It's just
Well, I guess you can still have a short-term ambition to, apprehend the murderer or something.
I'm assuming,
There's-
I'm assuming that the party short term at the moment is to solve the mystery of the murders.
Ah, yes, that'd be the party
Yeah.
one, wouldn't it? We need individual
Yep.
ones as well. Still getting used
Yeah,
to
the
this.
individual ones are painful.
Where am I supposed to put them anyway?
In appearance, I put them in appearance for some reason because there's no appearance.
Yeah, you can
for-
shove them in notes as well.
I don't have notes. Oh, that notes. No, I've got that full of the questions I had to fill in. Where are you from? What is your family like? What is your childhood like? Why did you leave home?
Oh, we've also got tickets for the play this evening,
This is
and
correct.
I believe that
Oh,
Zachariah
yes,
is
I got myself a
quite
new
looking
dress.
forward to it. Yeah.
Yes, I got myself a lovely
combined
Nice.
simply just to get drunk.
Well, you've given me all your
either-
money, so that's actually in my hands, so I
It's
can
either
hold your
well,
XP
mine's
to
either-
ransom.
get in a fight or get drunk.
They don't do
That's
drink.
my ambition. That is what I want. So that's my choice. That's my short term is constantly either get in a fight or get drunk.
So we'd already gotten gear and clothing, and were we going to head to the docks to ask around?
Only I got clothes.
No, you didn't. I got clothing. I think Zachariah got some as well. I bought a hat.
I don't remember this. If I don't remember, it didn't happen. Bob needs to be more specific.
Gaz's short-term ambition.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he'll out-level his capacity to get drunk.
yeah.
Well,
It's a pretty
like what though?
It's a pretty easy one. Well,
That
perhaps
hard one.
you you want to have it so that you're wounded or something. Half hits or something.
I am wounded. Does that count?
Yay, short-term ambition achieved.
Whoa, did it straight away. I like
Get
that.
wounded again.
Or you you get a critical.
What was
You
my-
kill something in one blow. I don't know, something a bit more.
Do something worthy of a tale.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be a grand tale.
That's a good one, Dominic. I like
Get
that.
into a bar fight. Civic combat.
But I don't know if I want to get in a bar fight. It's just that I'm not very fellowship wise, so I'm probably gonna. It's just likely I could end up in a bar fight. It's not necessarily I want to get in a bar fight. I'm just crap at talking to people.
We'll have a think anyway. You'll come up with something.
And
Yeah.
do you want me constantly trying to get us into bar fights?
No.
We have no
Is that
control
not
over each
quite-
other's short-term
is that-
ambitions. So
Is it not quite negative on our party wise? We don't want to be always just.
Yeah, but if it's an ambition, it's what do you really want to happen in the short.
yeah, but that's the problem with a troll slayer. What he really, really wants to
Yeah.
happen is to die a glorious death.
Yeah, but that's a long term. That's not the short term. As in, what's he want to happen next? Is he probably wants to fight some big troll or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
take steps
well-
towards dying a glorious death.
Yeah.
Seek out a troll is going to be my short-term ambition, but when I'm closer to progressing from the troll slayer to the giant slayer,
Yeah, but you don't know what.
but not yet.
Is that how you get a giant? I thought you had to kill a giant to get in the giant slayer. Is it the
No, I've
troll
got to-
slayer and then to get in the giant?
I need to kill a troll
Oh,
to become a giant slayer, because then you start with a troll's head the trappings of a giant slayer is a troll's head. Head
So
of
you
a
have
troll.
to get the troll's head to.
So I
yeah.
need a troll's head or equivalent. So it could be like a rat ogre or any of those. Are they large? Is that what they're classed as?
Mine is to meet a master bounty hunter.
To find yourself a master, basically.
Oh, cool.
Well, no, just to meet one and get some pointers.
Have a drink with them. Okay, cool. So what's Dana's?
lucky sight. A foretell works out is what I wrote down. So I want to basically one of my because I've got that fortune telling thing. If I can pass that thing, I'm gonna roll.
Okay, but you're not actually a fortune teller, are you? You're more of
It's a
a.
part of my. It's part of my skill set. To see. Remember, it's not one of my things that gives me my money in the middle.
I thought it was just intuition you were using.
Oh, was it intuition? No.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything supernatural about it. I think it's just you size people up and make astute observations about them. At the moment,
Oh.
at least, you're a snake oil type.
Damn it.
I think to begin with, at least, but, you know. Although I guess you could play that however you want. You know, you could say your intuition's
Well,
coming from somewhere.
I have been trying to do fortunes on currently. Not working out though. None of them came true. Except that one you says I was cheating, but.
Fair enough, cool. And Walter, what's yours? Because I'll ask you what your all are, because then I'm going to be able to build them into you know, the story or whatever.
Right. I thought the reason why I would be in Griswold in the first place is to do some sort of business on behalf of my lord, maybe get a package or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
We need to figure out where and what exactly works.
We'll have him as being a minor baron in this area, so he'll be one of the vassals of Count Bruno for Oucher. But I'll do some more because I've got some time coming up over Christmas, so I will do some more work on that then, and we can nail down exactly who the dude is if you want, or dudette.
Could I have to cause a crit?
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
So I've got to do like a powerful blow. So I've got to do enough. So it's not necessarily the wounds. Obviously, it's the crit.
Okay.
I've got to actually cause a crit.
Yeah, you want some gore, don't you?
That's not. Yeah, so it's not guaranteed, obviously, because you've got to roll or you've got to be the last one to hit.
Short-term goal.
That's quite cool.
Annoy
You
10 people.
Is that all right?
You could do that in a quite a descriptive way, basically to bathe in the gore of your enemies.
Yes.
Which is essentially the same thing.
Yes, we like it. We like it. So has everybody told me theirs?
No.
No. No. Oh no, Dominic. Yeah, of course.
Oh well, my short term, it's a bit linked. I'd like to get to the. I know we're looking for the actual murderer, but I want to get to the bottom of what particularly happened to Rosalind, because it was the priest that told me about her, and she was a relatively devout follower of the cult. Taking that as a bit more of a personal, because Mr. Hoss, Roof is a Lamplight, is the most recent one. But why the hell did they kill Rosalind? So he's become a little more obsessed with that particular aspect.
Outstanding. Okay, brilliant. So you wish to go to the docks, do you? Is that
From what I remember, that's what we had discussed. But by all means, guys, if that wasn't the next state of affairs, I can't even remember what time of day we were at. Was it midday? Late afternoon?
It was just after. It's sort of early afternoon.
Oh, what time's the figure? The party?
Yeah, well, the play is tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, because I have to go and get changed and stuff and get myself looking good. Play a few hours.
Yeah, did we have a place to stay?
I think we did. Yes.
We were recommended a place to stay. Emily recommended that we ask or drop her name at I can't remember the name of the place.
It was. I'll give it to you because we've had a week and the characters haven't. The characters probably remember that. So it's.
Was it the Bay Horse?
Oh, it was. Wow. Well done, John.
Where was it?
I was just looking up and down the list. The Bay Horse in Nordhafen, which is good because that's up by the docks, so we could probably go there to.
Bay Horse?
Yeah, the Bay Horse.
I believe it
means
means brown.
64 on the map.
I think
Bay Horse just doesn't sound like a pub, so I'm just wondering. Oh, that's why I went.
I think it was an inn. She was recommending she recommended that we drop her name, and they may give us a discount.
I have a bay horse here in Haworth, where I live.
Oh, do you?
Do you?
Oh, okay.
So there's
We're starting
there's
to gas.
definitely a bay horse.
I think it means brown. Is that right, Bay? Brown?
Yeah.
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 Camptown
I-
racetrack, 5 miles long.
As
All
in
that.
beige? I don't know.
I'm quite fond of the topping ram here, which means something completely different.
I'm sure it probably doesn't. I'm sure it means exactly what you think it means.
Yes, it probably does.
Isn't topping, that's the one that mates, isn't it? The
Yeah.
one that mates.
Yep.
The stud. If it was
Stud.
horses.
The topping ram.
Yeah, but I think you're right on bay because it's bet my money on the bobtail nag. Somebody bet on the bay
Ah.
in Camptown races.
Oh, yeah.
So we're in the Midden Platts. We need to be at number 9 later on because that's the theatre.
Let's go there in and put my clothes in it so as I don't get dirty.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you make your way down to the docks, which is where the bay horse is located, pushing through the throngs of people on the street. And you come to a fairly small but fairly well kept establishment, well kept for the setting anyway.
I was just thinking to myself, I was trying to work out the name of that green place. I was saying, oh, I wish Alex was here.
Anghenenberg
Yeah, don't know what it means.
probably means the Green Park or something like that.
Well, and okay. Okay. No, oh,
So you enter. It's reasonably full. There are a variety of people here, mostly labourers, dock workers, and things, getting some lunch. Those that can afford it. And behind the bar there is a large man, a bald-headed guy. As you walk in, he sort of squints a little bit suspiciously at you and says, yeah, good afternoon. What can I do for you? We have some fine food on this afternoon. Some pottage, boiled eggs, barley bread, smoked mutton, peas, roast mutton, soft
Yes,
cheeses.
please. Yes, please. And do you have any dwarven ale, please?
Dwarven ale, not that common, I'm afraid. You'll perhaps struggle to be getting hold of the dwarven ale, but we've got perry, we've got normal ale, beers, light beers.
A pint of your strongest ale for my companion Aragaz, and we are interested in rooms if you have them for rent. We were told of your establishment by Emily, a road warden of good repute hereabouts.
Ah, Amelie, yes. It's been a while since I've seen her. She often stays here when she's travelling. Tell me, how is she?
Recovering. There was an encounter with some bandits, but we were able to assist her, and she is recovering at Stimogan, upriver.
You assisted her. Oh, well, friends of Amelie are certainly friends of mine. You can make me an intuition check if you like. You all should have intuition.
Oh, bad roll. Not as good as Dana's roll, though, with her ridiculous skill of intuition. Bloody stupid initiative the elf has.
I'm not
Could
sure
you,
I need to bother.
Do you want to know your jealousy, please? Thank you.
2 impressive failures.
There we go.
3
Yeah,
impressive
but-
failures.
Luckily, significant successes and 1 stupid success.
Okay, so your successes, you'll get the idea that perhaps Wilhelm here has got a thing for Amelie. Dana, with your more astounding success there, you'll know that they've got some sort of shared history. Perhaps they are at the moment partners, or maybe were once in the past. In that case, I'll be happy for you to stay here if you're looking for rooms. I'll give you a good price.
Thank you. We are also working under the authority of the local magistrate, but we can't speak too much of that. So discretion would be appreciated, Wilhelm.
I understand,
Why did you tell
Amelie.
him that?
Amelie
Let me just-
sometimes.
Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, why did you just tell him something you didn't want him to know?
Yeah.
Well, you just told him.
I know, but it's because you'd have to anyway. Reasons.
I want
Otherwise,
my
you
own
might
room.
flap. You might flap.
How do I get into my room?
I want in my own room.
That room up the corner there.
Yeah, how do I get in my room?
He has a point. There's
You've
no
just
door.
You've just boxed me in. We've got
Have to
a
use the
special
window, I
room
guess.
for Door Slayer. You're
Yeah.
in that one there.
I'm in
We've
through
worked
the
out to get
window.
in.
We board it up afterwards.
I think there's some sort of optional illusion going on here. I imagine next time you see this map, that corridor will extend out, and there'll be a door probably here or there. I'll fix it. It's yeah. Oh well.
It's an ensuite to my room, obviously. There's a door.
Yeah, it's an ensuite. It is. Yeah.
You've just locked me in.
Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. There is a door there. I will fix that.
Okay. Wow, we get a room each.
If you wish. Seeing as it's I could do it for 20 pennies for an evening for a room.
20 pennies?
That is quite cheap, actually. It's like 20 quid a night.
How much 20? How many 20 pennies in gold?
12 pennies to a shilling. 240 pennies to a
40
gold.
to gold. Okay, that's fine then.
I
think-
suspect we'll be here a fair few days. Would it be okay if I cannot count for anyone else? But
Come on, let's make it. Let's make it. How much did it say again?
5 days in advance.
Oh well, if you
5 days?
if you're going to book for 5 days, 100 gold, and seeing as
Oh,
I
that's
don't think it was
extended
100
the,
gold,
price.
Wilfred. I think that was a slip of the tongue.
it was, yes, I apologize.
Ranald would appear to have run away with your lips there, sir.
Yes, 100 pennies, my mistake. And Walter, are you what angle are you coming at for with your haggling there?
I'm saying, well, you know, there's all of us. We're going to stay here for quite a while. I mean, you're getting good loyal customers here.
Guaranteed income, yes, I see. And
Yeah, guaranteed income, yeah.
okay, well, I say, seeing as you're booking for all of you for a while, let's call it 90 pennies then for the 5 days.
Oh, thank you, Walter, for paying for my room.
I did.
No, that's wrong. That's you're doing the professor you're doing the doctor from Dog. What? I hate converting pence down into anything else.
Will
That's
you
easier.
be taking just the one room, or you could for that take the larger room, the centre room maybe?
Well, there's only 2 beds.
There's only one bed in each room, so I don't know what you're on.
Well, we could move the beds in there if you. If
No,
that
I
suits
don't
you.
want to be with all them people.
Who's going to get the chair? It's a nice comfy chair.
Myself and the Slayer take the
Right.
larger room, if that's
We knew.
okay.
We knew that was going to happen.
Could you just sleep in the tree anyway, Dana?
I don't sleep in trees.
I don't know. There's trees outside.
You could indeed sleep in the park.
I am here to learn your ways.
So,
I will.
essentially it work out as 90 pennies for 5 days for a room. So whoever wants to pay whatever can. So Zach, are you having a room on your own?
I have to say Kerry because I can't remember.
Kerry, sorry. Or whomever.
I think it's going to be a yes. He's not answering.
I don't know if he's got the money actually. Has he got that much money after spending his?
He might have some left.
Well, he did get 2 gold off the
Yeah, and he
thing,
hasn't
so-
spent a lot of that yet. I think he also got some decent clothes, but he hasn't gone out and bought anything else.
Oh wow! I tell you what, you know.
What? You overcharged?
Yeah, I have. That's astoundingly cheap actually, isn't it? I was just going off it being about a pound a night for a thing, but it's saying, oh no, I've not overcharged. Well, to stay in the common room is 10 pennies. To have a private room is 10 shillings a night. So.
Oh, that's different.
So
You
yeah,
didn't say that.
That's significantly different. But he doesn't have a common room.
True. he doesn't. But I know he's happy with the price. He's giving you a heavily discounted rate there, but.
Read into that what we will.
Mhm.
Bow chicka bow wow. Road wardens with benefits.
So.
Thank you, Wilfred. We'll be leaving our gear here. I hope it will be secure, and we will be heading out into the town to continue our investigations.
Safe as houses here. Safe as houses.
Like the houses
So-
that get burnt.
And you say you're investigating things here.
He does say a lot, doesn't he?
Why? What? Do you know things?
Well, the innkeeper, aren't I? You know, I listen to the gossip around town and whatnot. He puts a big plate of food in front of you, Bargas. There's roast mutton with the cheeses. It's quite nice.
Jeez.
Well, yes, Wilfred. You might be able to. What have you heard about any recent deaths?
Murders.
Murders. Well, there was the one in the Middenplatz last night. It's got everyone's tongues wagging. Fair few people scared about that, thinking there's probably some monster on the loose or something. Don't know about that one myself. We tend to get quite a few murders around here, but
It does seem to be a town that has its inordinate share of violence.
and it's the crime gang responsible for a lot of it. The Black Wolf gang.
Again, that name comes up.
Any of them come in here?
Only to collect their protection.
They're a protection racket.
Yeah, they got the fingers in a few pies around here. Protection, pit fighting, you name it.
Anything unusual? Anything you might have heard rumor-wise? And as he's saying this, he taps the seal that indicates who he works for, and look at Wilfred knowingly.
He looks at you see the fear flash across his face as he notices for the first time your seal. Unusual? No, I'm not seeing anything unusual, so to speak. Just the usual things, you know, dockers coming in and out.
Cast your mind back 2 weeks, if you can. There was a young lady found dead. I believe she was a regular of the dock areas, one called Rosalind. Do you know anything about her death or circumstances surrounding it?
Rosalind, yeah, I do. She's a well, she used to come in here occasionally. Fishwife, she was, worked on the docks there. It's a bit of a sad story, really. He sort of like looks around and his voice will go lower. You see, I don't know the full story really, but apparently her neighbour there had a young girl, a child, and she'd not seen this child for some time, so she went to investigate and discovered something most horrendous. The child was mutated. Its skin was covered in scales, and of
Raise
course,
an eyebrow at him saying this when just 2 minutes earlier he said, no, nothing unusual.
yeah, well, he was. But of course, she reported it immediately to the authorities, and the girl, the poor lass, she was burnt, of course, at the pyre in the Midden Plaza. Anyway,
And this involved Rosalind Howe.
well, Rosalind was the one who turned him into authorities, and then, wouldn't you know it, a couple of days later, she was found dead. Seemed mighty suspicious to me.
Conspiracy indeed. It would seem there may be people in your town who are sympathetic to the mutant cause.
Could be, or yeah, I don't know. Merlind was the name. It's coming back to me now. Merlind, yeah, a waif of a girl she was. Screamed and screamed on the Midden Plaza. We had a good turnout that day.
Wilfred, the name of the mutant is of no importance. However, the mother who spawned her?
The mother who spawned her. You're perhaps best speaking to Rosalind's friend, Della. She's a fishwife too, on the docks. Probably just out there now, I imagine. She'd be able to tell you a lot more about Rosalind than me.
Thank you.
You see, he visibly exhales as you say that, as if your your attention has been averted from him.
Yes, Baragaz, it was mentioned that Hoss worked the dock area. And any missing people recently? Do my best to give a rough description of the man and the woman that were found upriver. Obviously, we can't give much of a physical description, but I remember we looked into their clothing and.
Don't know much about the woman, but the man, there was a dock foreman was in here looking for him. Said he hadn't turned up for work.
Do you have a name?
About a week ago. Yeah, I remember his name. His name was Elmer. Helmer.
Helmer, okay.
That's not to say he's dead. People just give up and move on quite often. But you're asking about missing people, and I'm telling you all I know. I've got nothing to hide.
Understood. You appear to be a fine, upstanding member of the Emperor's population. And Emily stands for you. Her word goes some distance.
Fine woman, she is a fine woman.
Well, I have no more questions, so.
Do you know? Do you know where this Rosalind lived?
Roslyn, no, so somewhere on the North Dock area, I believe, is where they came from. But Adela knows. Adela will be able to tell you.
So, any bounty hunters coming here recently?
We get no, sorry, we get Amalia comes in, but she's just a road warden. You looking for a bounty hunter to wait for you or something? I can put word out for you.
Yeah, I'd like to meet some people in the business.
He winks at you and taps the side of his nose. Say no more, my friend. I will try and put the word out on the street and see if say somebody interested in hiring a bounty hunter. Okay, there's some nice fare to eat here. As mentioned, the roasted mutton and smoked mutton earlier. There's boiled eggs and bread as well. And a nice pottage they've got. So what do you want to do now, folks?
Well, it looks like we do have a lead almost immediately outside, if this Adela can give us information, but I think everyone should have something to eat first. It has been a long day. Disappointment or misery for who, Dana? Hopefully not us.
I have no idea. The dice just say this.
It's about 2:30 p.m. You'll have spent an hour chatting with Wilhelm, settling yourself into your rooms and having some lunch.
Zachariah, if we do indeed go to the docks, I think you should lead the conversation. You know how these people think. They are river folk like yourself. They may open up more to you than any of the rest of us.
Who? To who?
Zachariah.
Oh. Why?
Well, they're his people. River folk.
People who live off the river, indeed. No way.
Somebody's gone a bit Dalek-y.
Yeah.
It is you.
You're Dalek. Alright, so after a fairly average but substantial meal, you head out onto the docks area, which is crawling with life, people carrying boxes around, pulling riverboats up to the docks, and people hawking wares and the like. And you don't go far before you find a fishwife, which matches the description that Wilhelm gave you of Adela. There she is.
Okay, so it must be something to do with my side then.
Oh no, you're sounding better now.
Yeah, you sound a bit better.
Yeah, I'm red lighted on Discord. It says red voice connect. I wonder what that means.
Turn it off and on again.
You're not just downloading anything, are you, in the background?
For me, I sound okay? No? Yes.
Am I Dalek-y?
Yeah. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Am I Dalek-y?
No,
Nope.
you're alright.
I think it was just Dirac.
I'm going red and I'm going green, and it must be the red here.
No, you sound a little.
Okay, well, to move on a bit, Kerry, I guess, the woman will look up to you Fresh fish, a lovely fresh fish. Would you like a fish and make a nice pie out of this, or perhaps roasted, fried, pan fried? It'd be lovely for breakfast.
I do like good fish. Correct number of eyes, gills, and so on.
Yes, yes. 2 eyes, 2 gills. It's a little one for a penny, or a big one for 2 pennies.
I'll buy a big fish.
Okay. You may add a big fish to your inventory, and she happily sells you a big fish.
Walk away. No, I'm still, we heard that you might know something about someone called Rosalind who was killed.
As you say that, her face sort of goes statue-like, expressionless, and you'll see her eyes start to water a little bit. And so, oh, it was terrible. My sweet friend Rosalind, things just aren't the same anymore on the docks without her. We used to talk for hours and help each other in the business, and it was such a tragedy. It's the watch. The watch, I tell you, they're all corrupt. Can't trust any of them.
We're not with the watch. We're trying to get to the truth of this matter, and it'd be helpful if you tell us anything you suspect.
I'll be happy to tell you whatever you want. The watch weren't interested. It's nice to see some people taking an interest in these matters. So I can, well, I could tell you who did it. In fact, if you want, the watch weren't bothered.
Well, who did it?
Oh well, it's obvious, wasn't it? I mean, the poor little the little girl Merlin. I mean, it wasn't her fault really, but Rosalind was so worried about her. She used to play on the street, you see, Merlin, all the time, and she hadn't been seen for a couple of months. And since her mother died, and just Sebastian, the father, looking after her on her own, well, they were worried about the poor girl. So Rosalind just went in one day, but she found that the girl was inside, and oh dear, it was terrible that the darkness should take such a sweet little girl. Of course, Rosalind told the temple, and well, they came in and did what needed to be done. But Sebastian, the father, he was a watchman. You see, that's why they haven't done anything. Mark my words. He was upset. You should have seen him at the execution. He was they had to drag him away, calm him down. He was swearing and shouting at everybody, and then well, it's no surprise, no coincidence, a couple of days later Rosalind turns up in her house, dead, mutilated, and it's got to have been Sebastian. I called the watch, I did. It was me who got the watch here, but that watch captain, he just wasn't bothered. Didn't seem to care either way. Just a fishwife to him, you see. And plus, it was his friend. Sticking together the watch, all corrupt, a lot of them. Are you going to do something about this? Are you going to get them arrested?
We're trying to do something, yes. Where is this Sebastian now?
Well, I say he disappeared after Rosalind's death. No one's seen him. We presumed he perhaps fled Griswold. That's what the watch said anyway, and said they weren't looking into it no more.
So you think there might be some clues?
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there, mate. Could you repeat that?
Are you saying they might have some clues then?
Some.
If they investigate the account.
You need to be a bit louder, Badger.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay, again, hopefully
Perhaps.
it's only this channel. It's happening. It's not happening in the other channel that I remember.
Well, that's naughty, isn't it? Oh, I know what I can do.
Sounds ominous.
I adjusted the bit rate on the channel to try and facilitate the CIA audio torture wizard. But since we're not using that, I'll put it back down. That might be causing the issues.
Mine's still.
But no.
No, still Dalky there.
Yep.
What's going on?
It's only you and Durak. Kerry's breaking up a little bit, but he's can work out what you're saying.
Saying here, outbound packet
Oh.
loss 100%.
Yeah, you're crystal clear now, Dana.
You're right then, I think.
Yeah, seem to be
Yeah.
okay.
I'm going good between green and red. It's crazy.
Could you perhaps type it, Badger? What you wish to say?
You type it in.
Just type it in Fantasy Grounds, not TeamSpeak, for Go Ahead or Discord. Go Ahead.
So, by the way, she's moaning about the watch. That's all I heard. Then I lost everything after that.
Yes, this watch captain Sebastian. And he was the. Sorry, I've not introduced myself. My friend Zachariah has been asking the questions. I am Dominic. I also have some questions for you, Adela. So, just to clear, the watch captain was the father of the child?
I think he was a sergeant, not a captain. Yeah, Sebastian.
Right. The sergeant was the father. Sebastian was simply in cahoots, keeping one of his men's foul secrets.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Did you see the child before she was burned?
I saw her as she was burned. Yeah, it was disturbing, but it's necessary, isn't it?
It is indeed, but I would ask you to cast your mind back to that time, and can you describe the hellish
Burning?
mutations wrought upon her by the ruinous powers?
Oh, the poor little delicate face. It was had scales a bit like fish scales, all down the side of her face. You see. I think she was turning into a fish or something.
That is likely.
She had a rash.
This
I
one, no
doubt it.
rash. It was they were wet and shimmered, oily. It was quite disgusting.
Well, you humans are a weaker race.
And it does not sound like any kind of blessing that Manan would call upon followers either. Have there been any other disappearances? We were told that a dock worker had gone missing, possibly about a week ago.
I know there's a foreman looking for someone, but they do that quite a lot, to be honest with you. Hard work it is, and sometimes the lads just, move on and don't tell them, don't turn up for shifts.
Anyone less likely to not turn up? Possibly a woman of reasonable birth, somebody in a less arduous and less rewarding profession as yourselves.
Don't know nothing about that. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think you may need to explain the words you just used to her because I don't think she knows.
But this Watchman, you're going to get him, right? This Sebastian. He shouldn't be allowed. No one cares about my poor friend.
Well, your friend was a stalwart and upstanding member of the Empire. She knew that her duty was to report corruption where it was found, in whomever it is found. Rest assured, if this captain is responsible for covering up such heresy, then he will be brought to justice.
Can you tell us where your friend lived?
Oh yeah, of course I can. Of course, just in the Ulstad. I can point it out, but the landlord hasn't messed around, cleared the place out, and Sebastian used to live next door. That's been cleared out as well. Both the places now got other people, other tenants in them. Don't like losing money, they don't round here. But I can show you where it is if you like. But I don't think it'll be much help.
If you could, and the name of the landlord, we may interview him. There may be items in their belongings that we need to look to.
Oh yeah, of course I can do that for you, especially if you get that get the person who killed my friend.
And while we walk, Adela, exactly, Walter. The dead lamplighter was found in the Middenplatte, but I believe that Voldemar Hoss was a local resident.
Yes, he built this area, was it?
Oh, this is the man who turned up in the Middenplaats, Dad. Yeah, I don't really know much about that, apart from what folks have been saying.
You don't know him?
No, not really, sorry. Is he connected? Did Sebastian kill him as well?
We do not know, but so many deaths in such short a time attracts the attention of...
I have one question for this woman.
Dana, go ahead.
Did you kill her?
I'd never do such a thing. She was my friend. How could you say such a horrible thing? It's obviously the watchman.
I must apologize for our friend. She is from the wilds, and sometimes her line of questioning is direct.
She scowls at Dana. Dana, with your astounding success on the intuition, you believe she's on the level. Really, she was a bit angry that you accused her. She's really frustrated that it seems obvious to her who's done this crime, and nobody seems to care.
Okay.
Once Adela's not looking, I'll turn to Dana and with a sort of an expectant look. Well, is she lying?
The woman believes the truth of what she says.
Well, that's good to know.
So, this is a bit of an odd question, but I had an idea. When
Yes, that is an odd question.
No, when these corpses were, we found them to be mutilated. Were they the mutilated parts? Were they lying around somewhere, or had they been removed, like completely?
Well, there was no sign of either Waldemar's cods or his tongue at the scene, according to the guards. I don't know about Rosalind, and I very much doubt that we would find the tongues of the unfortunates from. Well, they were not found in upriver.
Well, it may be a stretch, but I mean, you're the expert on this, Dominic. But I do think. I mean, if let's just say that someone were planning to use these things for some unholy ritual.
I have no knowledge of rituals, holy or unholy, Walter. Do you have information you wish to?
No, I'm just thinking if they were, they would have taken the parts with them.
I suppose it's possible. Dana, is this the sort of thing that can be done with the Winds of Magic?
I would not know. Why would you think I would know anything about the Winds
I thought
of
your
Magic?
people were learned in these things.
Yes.
Sorry for my ignorance
me see.
in this.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know how to cast a net to catch fish?
Yes.
How many fish would you think you would catch if you cast the net to catch the fish?
Probably less than Zachariah would be able to catch.
So, does that answer your question?
Not at all. But I understand it is not your area of expertise.
You should work on your metaphors.
What's that, Baragas?
Fury said.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Fewer fish, Zachariah. Able, not less. Either one of us may catch lesser fish. It depends where you cast the net.
Don't know how you talk that way, but go on, guys. Tell us the sound of that symbol that you just did.
Barragas smiles, I'm assuming. Well, we could. I'm assuming Adela shows us where the houses are.
Well,
So we've got two lines of inquiry. We could either continue asking around the docks to see if we can identify the actual identity of the guy we found, and possibly see if we can ask around and get the identity of the other lady. Oscar Franca. Was that name? She had his name, yeah?
Oscar Franca, that's the landlord.
Right.
I believe he owns all these properties around here.
And where would he be found? Do you know? Or we can ask one of his tenants.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be able to track him down to his house.
Thank you, Adela. You may return to your catch.
That's an actually interesting thing you just said.
And then the other option we have is obviously we can still get permission to search out the place.
Or break into it.
Or turn to page 233 and find out what the hell you're part of.
What? Page 233 and find out what?
Yeah, it's my second site. It says you have to. It says there, turn to page 233 to see what it does. I thought it lets me.
Oh, because you've got a talent, haven't you?
Yeah, the Winds of Magic. Because you just said it's the Winds of Magic, and I went, oh, I've actually got something that does it. Then it tells me go to a certain page to see what it actually does.
If you have second sight, you may use any appropriate skill with your etheric senses, most commonly your intuition, perception, and track skill. Did she know the name of the dock worker who was being looked for?
No, she didn't really. I didn't really pay much attention to it. That happens quite a lot.
Okay.
Not really none of my business.
Is there an official looking, the sort of person we'd expect to be a sort of a
foreman,
dockmaster, foreman around?
Yeah, there is a foreman.
Zachariah, do you want to talk to him or should I?
You seem to like to talk a lot.
I know, but I don't know I'm going to talk to these people correctly. You know them.
Yes, that's true. You do speak to people incorrectly.
Right.
I fear we may just get a long list of names and not know which one is which, but we need to identify who this unfortunate that was found in Shimmigan was.
Okay. You managed to locate the foreman, a guy named Hines, a big guy, old. Looks like he used to be a labourer and has sort of graduated as he's grown older. He will, if you give a description even of the mutilated body, he'll nod to you and say, yeah, that sounds like Helmut Doll. I don't know, I thought he sounded promising worker. He came here about a month ago with his young wife, looking to settle down. They were, and Gressonwell came from some two-bit village somewhere, I think. Surprised when he didn't turn up. I just presumed he'd been the celebrations the night before, got drunk and was late, but he never turned up. Brunhild, I think his wife's name was Brunhild Dahl.
I do not know what the innkeeper said.
Yes, right, Walter. That was the name he gave.
Do you know if you've had any enemies?
No, not really. He got on well enough with the lads here. He didn't really go out very much with them though. He used to go home to his wife. Seemed like they were at that stage. But I don't know. I just presumed he'd gone for a blowout or something with the lads, at the festivities, and then just not turned up because he was hungover. But it wasn't the case. The guy never saw him again. But now you're telling me he's turned up dead. That's a bit of a shame. I was going to fine him, we fine him for not turning up, but don't suppose I can if he's dead. Unless, did you leave any money? Have you got any? Did he leave anything behind?
Maybe we can ask his wife if we can get some money out of her. We'll pass it on. Do you know where she lives?
Or possibly, could you confirm if she fits this description and describe the female who was found?
Yeah, she came down a couple of times bringing me his lunch and things. But yeah, that sounded like it could well be her, I think.
So, were they killed separately in their home? Or what? Where were they found?
You don't know with them. They were just found in the Reich.
They were found downriver.
Oh, those are who we found, right?
Yeah,
who
carried.
we brought back. Where do you know where they lived?
Helmer. I think they had a property just on the North Dock side here.
Seems to be a common location so far.
Can't say I recall exactly where though.
Do you know anyone who might know?
Yeah, hold on. He asks around, and yeah, one of the lads on the dock will give you an address, which isn't actually too far away from where Rosalind and Adela live.
We've not yet found out the home address of Mr. Hoss, have we?
No.
I think we should ask around and see if we can find Mr. Hoss.
Who's Mr.
If
Hoss?
the gentleman who was found dead in the Middenplatz, if it turns out that either Mr. Hoss's residence or the Dahl residence are properties owned by Oscar, I think we should pay Mr. Franke a visit. Voldemar Hoss.
Sure wasn't Faust.
Well, we're talking about the same gentleman.
Okay. And so, sorry, where did you want to head then?
Just got to find someone that knows where Voldemar Hoss lived.
That's a gossip, going around and gossiping to get information, so you can all make a gossip check if you wish.
I've got this, guys. I am so in the crowd.
Well done.
Marginally.
Don't you marginally me.
That's like success with a something bad happening.
Yep, I don't do well with the brass tier.
Fumble.
Oh, well done, Walter.
Woohoo!
I bet you even the dwarf could do better than you do. Go on, ask that guy over there. Go on, you know you want to. Go on, Bargaz. You can't say you're going to fail where I succeeded.
So, sorry, what was the exact question? You want to find out where
yeah, Waldemar Hoss's home.
Okay, you'll be just generally talking to people, and there's a guy you meet with a sort of a long bushy beard, fairly wiry type of guy. He says, "Yeah, I know Waldemar Hoss. Follow me. I can show you. I can show you where he where the man lived.
Was it Walter or Dana that got that?
It was.
Well, you both got a marginal success.
It was Dana with the better roll. So he takes you down to the dock area and leads you down along the docks. It's just up here, just up here it is.
Up here where?
Yeah, and where exactly is he taking? Is it a suspicious dark alleyway, or is it a nice, broad, open street with laughing children?
It's a fairly dark-looking set of alleyways, but then again, they all are on the old Stad. To be fair, it's a fairly run-down sort of place. And if you bear with me for just one moment, please, gentlemen.
1 moment passed. We entered the second moment.
The third moment, sooner. 4, slipping, siren-like all place. Can't trust landlords. I'm suspecting the landlord. Property is theft and all that. I was kicking off Prue, the elf and the dwarf, for starting a new grudge.
Okay, he takes you up to an area in front of a small inn, which is called the Top Deck.
62.
If we are guys have to do notice rolls, we're going to be feeling this argument going on.
Yeah.
If my negatives rules, I still probably would pass. I think that blue door over there looks suspiciously like a window.
Try walking through it.
I'll let you do it first. Right. This is the Fost house.
Hang on a sec.
Brought us to a tavern.
This is the tavern? Oh. Small taverns in the Empire. Like, we can sit 4 people.
As you get to the tavern, the man who's been leading you turns, coughing, puts his head down and just suddenly starts to sprint. As you look around, you see 3 gentlemen appear out of alleyways. They smile to you and says, "Bruno says hello." And?
May I fire
Gentlemen,
an arrow?
You
against
really
the
do
person
not know
running
what
away?
you do.
My God, language, Mr. Dwarf.
I'm sure there's a dwarven equivalent that doesn't include the F word and is just as offensive to all other species.
Oh, that one looks like a wee dwarf there. Look, oh.
Okay. Oh, Yeah, I've shared that with you, haven't I? Okay, as this happens, you'll see faces peering out of the window of the top deck, which looks like a classy establishment, doesn't it? Let's roll for initiative. Now, I believe it is your agility and your initiative bonuses plus a d10.
Okay, how do we do that?
We just
Just
roll
roll
it
a
and add the
d10.
bonuses manually.
Okay, so I've got initiative on my first page, and do I have a skill called initiative? What's intuition? Okay. What am I adding?
So what do we roll? A D10.
A d10 and add your initiative and agility bonuses.
Okay. Ugh.
Yes.
Why hasn't he automated this yet?
Initiative and
2
initiative
plus.
and what?
Agility bonuses.
I've rolled a 10 and it doesn't register. What the hell?
I got 12.
15.
It says 10, damn it.
It's so unfair.
Close enough. Not too bad.
At the moment, Waldemar and Kurt are going for it.
7.
They haven't give what their points are yet. Zachariah got 9, is it? Is that what that means? Plus 6?
Dominic's on an 8, not a 10.
I've only got plus 4. Oh, that's low. I've got plus 10 for mine because my agility and initiative are 6 and 4.
That's a shame you rolled so crap then, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bargas
this
13. Yeah, he should have at least 6, I think, or 15 for Walter. And Zach. Oh, has he rolled? No.
Yes, he has. He rolled a 3 plus a 6, get 9.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, I see you. I did the bonus. Oh, have you seen it? Just interesting. Yeah. Okay.
No, he didn't.
So
I just used the bonus and modifier in the bottom left.
yeah, it's weird. It puts it in the chat though. There, I've not seen that before. Oh, right. And you've been able. You can add the initiative on yourself, can you?
I don't think so.
Oh, right.
Mine's stuck at 10 and I can't change it.
Zach's just happened to be the same as it was before. It was a coincidence. Okay, Dominic, you're assessing the situation. All right, so Carl the Brigand is the first to react.
Oh, is he? Walter's got the
What?
scheme.
I should only be on 15 as well. Why am I on 13?
Because I can't read.
Oh.
And then I think, is it split?
And it's only because he's got a bracket before his name that he goes before us.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Tell you, my name is bracket Baragaz.
It's initiative, then agility, then something else, isn't it?
So it's initiative 38. So if your initiative
Yeah, highest agility to the lowest.
Oh, agility, is it? Sorry, 32 then. I'm on.
All right, agility's not good.
Mine is 32 as well.
Can't have 100. I don't know what you're going crazy person.
Oh, it doesn't let me do the.
Nope, you reduced it to 0.5.
Yeah.
Carl's gone right to the bottom.
You're just in.
Our fault. Sorry, he's right at the bottom now.
So 15.5. Bargaz, you'll be on 15, and Walter.
Yep. He's on 15.5 as well at the moment. So then it's.
Well, is he not got a higher agility?
No, it's both got the same, 32.
got-
Oh,
Same agility.
then it's an opposed agility test if you really are bothered.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
yeah,
roll.
why not?
Go for it.
Might as well do it. We have to do the rules, guys.
Oh, 28.
The winner gets to choose.
Oh.
He'll go first.
Reduces. Wait a
So
second.
Walt's on 15.4.
There we go.
All
Something
sorts.
like that. That'll do.
That
won't
works.
it? Okay, now I realise with sickening clarity that he can only move 4, can't he? Mind you, when you charge, you move further, don't you? It's double your
Yeah,
move,
it's a-
isn't it?
No, you can go up
Double
to
or triple,
running.
is it not?
No, 4 times, I think, isn't it?
4 times?
To charge? I thought it was just
Let
double.
me look it up. Let me look it up.
No, you go up to your run, which is 4 times.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He charges in. He'll
No.
get.
It's not a gauge. Move can be a charge up to 2 by movement.
2 times movement. Yeah, I thought.
If charge distance is greater than movement, gain 1 advantage.
Oh, it's got to be greater than. Oh, all right. So he does gain advantage. And he goes for Dominic because he doesn't look anywhere near it. Well, we both look pretty scary actually, but yeah, he goes for Dominic. So Dominic, it's a he's hitting you with his melee weapon.
Can we assume that it was a bit obvious we were being led into a bit of a trap? Hand weapons out, or am I unarmed at the moment?
Hand weapon out is fine. Yeah, because you were all suspicious as they were, so yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I hope you haven't
my hand weapon's a bow.
I hope you haven't all left your weapons at the hotel, the inn.
Must be kidding.
Where you said you were
Keeps
going to
doing
keep
that.
them all locked.
Keeps
Sorry.
coming. I'll go to 10. Oh no, that's the
It's
10
like
on the wrong
dress.
side.
It's pretty bad in the face of it.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay, yeah,
Ooh,
blow that
Fortune
fortune.
point, yeah.
Must be nice to have fortune.
Although, hang on, no, there isn't one where you can switch the dice around, is it? That was a funky thing that Gaz thought he could do but couldn't.
Yeah, it's a talent, I think, to do that.
Yeah, I thought that was resolved, but it's not. Apparently.
No, even worse.
Well,
Oh
at the
no, he's
moment,
doing way more.
You have to take the second roll.
yeah.
Yep.
Are you sure you don't want to use another fortune? We're probably only playing till about 10 tonight.
I might do actually.
95 sucks. That's
Yeah.
going to hurt.
99.
Oh, for crying out loud. 89, but still not as bad as 95.
Slightly better.
Going on.
Are you taking that one?
Well, I've got to. No more fortune left.
Oh, okay. Right, so let's say 4 degrees of failure, and he got 4 degrees of success. So there's 8 difference.
Ouch.
Ouch, and they are using hand weapons. So it's
Glad you got a lot in the armor, aren't you?
Hit me in the torso, hit me in the torso, hit me in the torso.
But you know he's going to crit and you're going to lose a hand. Like
No, he hasn't critted because he rolled 10.
Oh.
To double for the crit, remember?
Oh.
oh dear, strength bonus plus 4, so that's plus 7 on top of his. Oh my god. 8 he got there, so it's a 15 points of damage. Jesus. It's coming in on against your. I don't know. Should I roll? We'll stick with rolling, shall we, each time? Until we mess with the rule set. So he hits you in the body. You'll be pleased to know, no doubt. 15
Okay,
points
how
of
much
damage.
damage?
15.
So that's 9. Out.
Gives him another advantage. Well, that's his go, Walter.
Right. I'm gonna charge cat. How much of a bonus do I get for that? Or like advantage?
Charging, you won't get any advantage unless it's over. You need to go more than 4 squares. You need to go 5 squares at least to get 1 advantage.
Okay, right.
You could step back, take a run up. I don't know. I don't think you can.
Okay, I'm gonna take one step back and then charge.
I don't know whether that's legit or not. Actually, I guess it sort of is because you can move up to twice your move, can't you?
That means I get 1 advantage. I'm gonna
Go on.
spend that immediately.
Yeah, but you only get 1 movement and then 1 action.
Yeah. Oh, I see. In your charge doesn't have to be in a straight line, though. I don't think it's just double your movement. I might have to think about this more closely. But anyway, I'll give you the advantage now for brevity, speed, whatever. So 1 advantage for Kurt hasn't got any advantage.
What? Did I roll 2 there for some reason? Huh. Okay, I don't know why I rolled
Oh,
twice.
we'll just take the second one, you know.
Charge does say you go up to your run, by the way, not your twice as far.
'Cause
Oh wow,
I got,
okay.
this one I've got says up to 2 movement.
If you read charging, it says if you are not engaged in combat already, you can use your move to charge. If you charge, your action must be a melee attack test to attack an opponent. If your opponent is at least your move characteristic in yards away from you before you charge, but within your run range, see the run entry in your movement table for how far you can move when charging. You'll also gain +1 advantage. So your run is 4 times your movement.
Okay, nice one, guys. That's pretty conclusive. We'll take that. So right, so sorry, hold on. You've charged in. You've rolled twice. I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but the first one is the one that had the
That counts.
on it.
It's the better one. So
yeah, we'll use that one. No, and you spot on doing that. So he gets a roll back against you. How about you? Got no advantage. Oh, that's nowhere near as good enough. So he's flailing around everywhere, but you're deadly accurate with your. Is it a sword you've got?
Mace.
Mace, with your mace, okay. So you've got 5 degrees of success, so it's +9 onto your mace damage.
That's mace damage. That's 5, isn't it? It's
8.
no, wait, it's 8. Yeah.
So what did I say first? 9 plus 8 gives you 17 points of damage. If you'd like to roll a hit location. Oh, well done. Do you need me to share the table? There's the hit location table. If you want to drag that down to your hotbar, then I'm going to have to keep sharing it. Oh no, we've lost Gaz. We've lost everybody. Is anyone here?
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm just looking at charge.
Okay, you hit him in his left arm for a ridiculous amount of damage. What did I say? 17 points. He's got 1 point of armor.
Okay, so I don't understand how movement works anyway, but
Also, isn't the scale on here 1 square is 2 yards?
I'm back.
Yes, it is. That's the standard WFRP scale, 1 square, 2
Yeah.
yards. So your usual move is 4 squares.
Yeah. Well, it says 4, so that'd be 2 squares, wouldn't it?
I think it works out as 4 squares. I think each square,
Also, so that's walk. Sorry, that's walk is 8,
Yep.
but a move is 4. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But you move your walk, not your move.
Right. Well, if he's been thoroughly beaten, that will be me.
Oh wait, I was too busy thinking about walking and running. He is thoroughly beaten. You basically run up and your hammer blow mace will crash down on his into his armpit actually, and it sort of lifts him up off the ground. He goes down to 0 hits. He goes prone.
Whoa.
And there's a cracking sound. You can feel his arm dislocate, and he goes down in 1 hit. Well done.
Yes.
okay, according to this, I can walk 10 yards and run 20 yards.
No, that's walk, not movement.
That's what I said. I just said I can walk 10 yards and run 20 yards.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I
your
said.
movement on here would be 5 yards. 5, not yards. 5
Squares.
squares.
It's weird because you've got your move stat and your
walking in your run.
So if you're running 16 squares, it's 8 squares of movement basically as a run for a movement 4 person, average human. Anyway, well guys.
I'm going to charge. Waldemar with a scream, a yell, and a squeal, and hopefully not miss.
Okay, you get a point of advantage. Did I actually finish the attack on you, Dominic?
I think so. I did the damage. I took all the
Oh yeah, you
damage.
just took the damage, soaked it up. Yeah, cool.
What do you say? Soaked it up.
Oh, for God's sake. Can't do decent rolls.
Marginal
0.
success.
I
Here he
suppose it depends
comes.
on what you get. I might re-roll this. Ooh, we'll stick with that. I'll just roll worse if I re-roll it.
Okay, so a plus
So
5 onto your damage too.
4, 8, 13.
13
Yeah,
points.
13.
Okay, if you roll where you hit him for me, please.
Is that a D100?
It's
Use the hit location table.
there you go. If you use that table I've put into the chat window. Hit him on his left arm. Luckily he has some armour there. And god damn it, I've forgotten how much damage you said. 13 did you said, didn't you?
Yeah, 13.
So he takes 4 off that, he's taking 9 points of damage. On 3, ow, there's a sickening crunch as Waldemar did not like that very much. You get another point of advantage for that actually. Poor Waldemar here. For some odd reason doesn't know when to quit and has a go. Oh, lashes out at you. Oh, yes. Okay, his sword cuts into you.
Damn it. What's that? 2 degrees of success.
Do you want to re-roll that or?
Can I force him to re-roll? Is that part of any of them?
Don't think so. So you can spend a fortune to re-roll.
Yeah, go on then. What the hell?
I believe you re-roll will still have the advantage on it.
I ain't re-rolling if I don't. 4 degrees, right? So I beat him, but he's still got his thingy crit.
Yeah. Okay. So so you manage to parry most of the blow away, but the blade will slip down your axe and this is where I want to roll really high.
Thanks. Carved shin.
Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, basically it slips down from your axe. The blow, you sort of you parry it, diverts his blow, and it bounces off and scrapes down the front of your shin. The weapon drives clean through your leg by the knee, slicing into bone and through tendons. That knackers.
Is that 30 to all tests involving this leg mean?
That's
Is
well
that
nasty.
plus 30?
Yeah, minus 30 it should be. Minus 30 to all tests involving that leg.
It's alright. I ain't planning on doing anything on that leg.
Did you lose your leg? Oh.
And you take a total. You take 4 wounds directly from that. No soaking of any kind. And then not this will bother you because you've got more wounds than the blooming thingy thing.
Have I healed my wounds from last time? Am I supposed to have healed them?
think we have had a couple of nights rest since then.
Yeah, put heal them up.
Have we had two?
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's I'm back where I was.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Does that affect on me? How do I remember that I've...
It's on the I've put it on the combat tracker.
Cool. Do I lose it? Do I lose? No, I don't lose.
You'll lose your advantage because you're taking a
Yeah.
wound.
No, I won.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
The instant you take a wound, you lose all advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the only ways to lose advantage.
So he was lucky.
Okay, I knock my arrow. I look around for a target. I see the small dwarf over there.
Well, he's actually prone. I'll put prone on him as well.
Ooh, that
Oh,
means
right.
I can hit the guy in front.
I'm stunned as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Stunned, prone, and I've got a torn muscle and a broken bone. X.
You gotta help him out.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm just trying to remember how to do this. 'Cause why are you doing the effect on me?
I'm not. I'm doing it on the dwarf. You're just so used to seeing dwarves.
Oh.
You see dwarves
So-
everywhere.
Do I double click the one that's under my short bow called attack, or do I clicking something else? I'm in combat tab. Forgotten how to do this, by the way, so that's why I'm asking.
You're in combat tab. Well, you can. What are you trying to do? Shoot.
Yeah, shoot at Mr. Brigand Waldemar.
Your does the value equal your? Equal your ballistic skill, or the right skill?
It matches my range bow skill.
Okay, so you can double click that.
Okay.
Oh wait, check your range.
How do I do that?
Because if you're within
range
short
is
range, you get
20.
plus 20.
Range is 20, so 1, 2, 3, 4. God, what the hell?
I think if you're within 10, is it?
I'm 14 away, according to that.
Less than half the weapon range, you get plus 20. So you need to be under 10 squares.
Can you move and fire a short bow?
Yes, but it gives you a minus 20.
So it would give me the minus 20 plus 20, which cancel each other out. So
Yep.
firing from here is the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll also stay where I am with all them people surrounding me and keep me safe.
The dwarf's on the floor, so you've got a pretty clear target.
Not degrees of success, though.
Oh, it's not bad though. Are you shooting at who? The Waldemar?
Yep.
Yep.
Because it's not unopposed, isn't it, in range?
Unopposed, yeah. Unless he's got a shield, he can try and use the shield if he wants, or unless he gets really close, he can try and dodge. But that is a standard hit. Would you like to spend a fortune to try and improve your hit?
No.
Would you like to take a point of corruption to have a reroll to
No.
improve? Spoil sport. Okay, so that is a straight hit with
2, whatever that means.
So 3 damage. Well, it's your strength plus 2 for the bow, so it's like 5 damage going in on him. If you want to roll me a hit location.
Yes. How to do that?
I'll share the table with you.
Okay.
If you put that in the hotbar, I won't have to keep sharing it every time you hit something. Save it somewhere. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
You hit him in the left arm, he does have armour there. It's a glancing strike then, I think.
Oh, can we take their armour? We can.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
definitely. You want to leave people naked in this game.
Oh, definitely.
Take the false teeth and everything.
Strip them, finish them off, leave them for more.
There we go. More hay. It was the end of the Dana.
Hang about. Waldemar. So I think you just do 1 point of damage to him actually, because that's 5 points of damage in on him, 3, and 1 toughness. Yeah, just 1 point of damage.
Enough to get rid of all his advantage you might have had.
Yeah, I don't think he got any actually, because he actually lost the
Who's
Good
that?
point.
lost the
He
roll.
did.
In the game for a sec.
Zach will move to engage Carl, the brigand.
Do not forget that we are effectively outnumbering him 2 to 1, so you're getting an additional plus 20 on this. Oh, you would have got it. Excellent. Yay.
Oh yes, yeah, very good. Okay, so oh my god, 5 degrees of standard success. Things are looking bad for Carl. You and Dominic ganging up on him. He tries to parry you desperately. Oh, he does quite well, but nowhere near good enough. So you've got +4.
3.
Oh, sorry.
What did that do?
Oh, it doesn't work yet. It's a feature on the rule set. He's going to add in some automation, I think, for working out damage and stuff, but don't worry about that for now.
Do I roll a d10 then?
No, you just need to... Thank you. So you hit him on the body. He has got some armour there. Your total damage?
It says 3, 4. I don't.
Oh yeah, so basically the first box is, because the damage values for all the weapons are usually broken up between a characteristic, usually strength, and then the weapon gives a damage as well. So 3 will probably be your strength, and +4 is the strength of the weapon, so it's 7, plus the number of successes you've got over him, which is 4, so that'll be an 11 points of damage going in on his body, which he's not very happy about. He takes 4 off that, which gives him a lovely 7 points of damage. Left. Okay.
I will return the attack. Comment of Bruno's regards are not required. Fingers crossed. I don't have any advantage on this apart from the ganging up. Well, I hit.
May have. When he gets what? Does he get 1 action? Oh. Since 2 people are attacking him, or does he get the reaction against each person?
I think you can defend yourself regardless.
Yeah, you can always defend.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's a fumble. Double 0, isn't it?
That's 13 damage.
You're gonna move him to the end of the
13 damage. If you'd like to. Oh, sorry. Thank you. You've done the hit location. 13
Right
damage
arm.
gives him 9 points of damage. He only had 7 left, which puts him on. So you get a minor crit.
Oh, roll a crit.
Well, technically
A
he's down,
minor-
but
Minor crit is on that table, yeah.
yeah, it's just at -10. But oh my god. Yeah, basically you whack him in the leg and he goes down and he's out of it. Loads of blood and bleeding everywhere. Spurt of blood as poor Carl bites the dust.
next. Hidden person.
No, oh sorry, no, I just have it to stop because there's some effects that go on round end, so I've got an additional round. Okay, Walter,
Ooh, yeah.
2 advantage this time.
Well, is this guy, is he down? He's unconscious?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, okay. Not sure if I can.
Not
how
sure
far I
why
can-
it wasn't deleting the tokens, but yeah.
There's only the one on Baragaz left.
Right, I can't get there, so I'll use let's see, I'll try to get some advantage, maybe by using.
Assess the situation.
Yeah, well, that kept me advantage. I mean, what is that? Because I could. What am I the best at here?
Yeah, you can use your skills again as tactical advantage, like intuition.
Intuition is, yeah, assessing the situation.
Yeah, right, I'll do that. Boo.
You could spend a fortune to re-roll if you wish.
I think this combat's going fine, isn't it?
Well, yes,
Well-
but we finish in half an hour,
All right, okay, yeah.
and it'll refresh automatically at the end, so up to you.
I'll re-roll that. Woo!
So that gives you an advantage.
Only one.
I believe so. Let me just check the skill. A lot of your skills, you can do things in out of combat with a lot of the skills on there. If you click the little skull thing next to your skills, it brings up a description of them, and quite a few of them have got combat uses that you can do. This one, yeah, it's still just one, I'm afraid. But you are sitting pretty on 3 advantage now.
Ooh.
Oh dear, so the sorry Barkas, I feel really
Don't feel bad.
sort of bad.
No, you don't.
Well, you're stunned, so you got no action. You can use half move. You can
I
spend.
can only stand up.
You can spend resilience, can't you? You could, if you spent a point of resilience, you could stand
No.
up and carry on.
I'm just standing up, thank you. That's it.
Just standing up.
Don't forget, resilience is a temporary one.
Is it? I thought resolve was temporary.
Well, you can spend a point of resolve in that case. That enables you to ignore stuff for a round, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you can. I think you can ignore your critical. The effects of the critical.
So you
Go
won't
on
be in the
in.
minus 30 or whatever you need.
Go on in. I'll use my resolve.
If you use your resolve, you can.
I can attack them.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to get up. Yeah. I suppose you can stand from prone. You can do that as your movement.
I'm allowed to stand. That I'm allowed to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then you
But then
spend the
if I
resilience,
crit,
and it
then I
ignores.
ignore everything. Well, it ignores everything to do with that crit, which is my stunned, my prone, my wound, and my minor, major, and minor.
Okay. So off you go. So hit him all over really hard.
There I go high. Oh no. Oh, crit! Yes, that's what I need. 50 XP.
He
In your
failed.
face.
He fails
Ah,
against you. We need to roll your crit first, so you do hit location. Oh, ignore that. Sorry, ignore that. That was me.
I've done a hit location. Body.
Oh, I apologise, because the critical hit thing will actually do the hit location as well, so just roll off that table I've linked. Sorry, that was my fault. I forgot I just linked it all on one table.
Yes, it is. It's your fault.
Okay.
1 wound. Shut up. Oh, he gets a bloody, yeah.
Yeah, bleeding condition.
Minor cut. Oh. Tis but a scratch. Me, I've got half a leg hanging off.
Yeah, but we're a slayer, you can cope with it.
Don't need legs. I'm the knight of Neek. No,
Okay.
not that one.
No, you're the Black Knight.
No,
Tis
that's the
but a
one.
flesh wound.
He only actually
You think
had.
so?
He only actually has one, 2
Oh,
wounds
I haven't
left.
done my actual wounds. I do damage
Yeah.
as well.
Yep, you do.
Which is, I don't know, it's about 10, I think. 10.
10.
It'll do. Yeah, I think. Close enough. 10.
That's a lot of damage on a weapon. 10.
You're doing 7 plus,
Plus 3 success levels.
yeah, so
Agreed.
10.
10.
So he
Couple of
takes 3, 4 damage off it. It's enough
Plus
to
6 for
kill him.
1. Damn straight it is.
And he basically goes down from that hit on his upper arm. Yeah, okay. You hit him on the arm, cutting into the artery, and he collapses down to the ground.
Are they all dead?
Yeah, technically, I suppose I was playing him as not wild cards, as mooks. So I guess so. They do have 24 pennies on them.
Stick it in the party sheet, please.
We fall upon them like vultures and strip them of all their armour and possessions.
Oh, indubitably.
And you have three hand weapons.
Ooh.
Somebody needed a hand weapon, didn't they? Or have you already bought that?
I've already got one.
Is there any point in having 2 hand weapons?
You can wield a weapon in your offhand, but you're at a minus unless you've got talents.
No won't.
But you can't actually. I don't think you can wield them unless you've got dual wield anyway. So.
3 leather jacks also.
Shouldn't have bought anything.
We'll trade this in later.
Yeah.
Bruno, wasn't that the brother? Or is there another party at work here?
I haven't heard of a Bruno.
Wasn't that the brother of mad one-eyed Willie that we dropped off at the...
It was, yes, it was.
The who?
It was the brother of the bounty we handed in. Unfortunately, these are all dead. Otherwise, we could have, requested... Oh, hang on. Baragaz, come here. I don't know. I'll come to you. Don't worry.
Thanks.
That's the crawl.
It's harsh treatment.
Can't do anything about his crit. I've only got heal, not medicine. But I will at least attempt a heal check to give him a few wounds back at least before attempting one for myself.
I have a solution to his problem.
No, we're not going to put him out of his misery, Dana.
No, I was going to say we're next to this tavern. We could get a stool leg, and you can guess the rest.
Broken bone is really nasty, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes 30 minus your toughness bonus. Well, no, that's the muscle tear.
fractured bone will take 30 plus 1d10 days to heal.
Half movement. Wow.
Nope. Failed. Can't do anything about it. Unless I'm getting bonuses from somebody else.
Can't dodge either.
You get plus 20 for it being a normal.
Oh,
check.
okay.
Does that help?
It would do. That would put me to 1 degree of success rather than 1 degree of failure. So that is. I'm trying to remember. I think it's 4. Hang on. Int bonus plus success levels, so 5 wounds healed. And I mean, he's not bleeding, is he? He hasn't got a bleeding condition, has he?
No.
No, that's one thing.
So I'll bind the wound anyway and do my best to put a splint.
You need to do an average heal test for that. It says for the splint, which will negate the need for an endurance test at the end. It means it's set well. The bonus set well at the end of the 40 days or whatever it will be. Yay!
Oh.
Oh.
I couldn't have got that on the heel.
That's all right. I only had 4 wounds, so I wasn't actually wounded. Do I regain all wounds, or does one count as a crit? So
I think one always counts as a crit. I think.
Yeah, I don't think you can recover, and I'll do an attempt on myself because he's holding his side. What were they? What were the hand weapons? Were they like cudgels or something?
Yeah, it'll be cudgels.
So he's basically got a badly bruised side. He didn't take any crits.
Oh, unless that was to reduce my healing for my leg, because that would have reduced.
No, that'll have to be later. I'm doing like triage at the moment.
Oh. No.
There's a round of applause goes up from the top deck.
That's 8 wounds recovered myself. Look up to see who's applauding.
No one.
There's a gathering of people who just basically patrons of the small dive that you were next to. Just basically a scruffy bunch of I don't know, labourers, homeless people, rat catchers and the like, who just thought, no way, there's a massive fight going on outside the tavern, and we're watching it.
Can I see if I can see the tracks of the person that led us here?
Ran off, didn't he?
Certainly, the streets are suitably crappy.
While he's doing that, I'll look up at the gathered. I'm glad we entertained you. Do any of you know the whereabouts of Waldemar Hoss's home?
Waldemar Hoss? That's a gossip for you all, I think.
Can I get a bonus for attempting to leverage some kind of authority?
Yeah, okay, and the fact that you've just wasted 3 guys. All these human feet look similar. They do look all similar. It's hard to tell. There's kind of like running water and things all over the place, and yeah.
Well, I'm more urban, not urban. What do you call it? Rural, more rural and urban.
It's disgusting here. There's definitely alleyways that are used as toilets.
What's the gossip roll for difficulty? Sorry.
Plus 20.
So
2
average.
Any of you can attempt this as well.
That 2 was for how long?
It's only a 2% difference, but can I blag it off of leadership rather than gossip?
Sorry, what are we rolling for?
Being issued as a command rather than a question.
Yes, you may.
Woohoo! Would have succeeded either way.
6 degrees of success. Okay.
On leadership.
Blagging it as a command. Excuse me, does anybody know?
I was just seeing the average plus 20 thing. I was just.
Yeah, I assume we all got the plus 20 for what we'd achieved, yeah?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So you would have got 3 degrees rather than 1.
Ah, okay.
I can help you out, sir. Name's Agatha, Queen of Tales. I am.
How many tails do you have?
She opens up her cloak, and inside are stitched the stiff tails of hundreds of rats.
Ah, that kind of tale, Agatha. I was about to say we need facts, not fiction.
Well, I know a great deal of things. People tend not to pay much attention to the likes of me. You'd be surprised what folks say.
No,
Well-
I'm never surprised what people say.
Do they say, but the Ratmen aren't real? Is that what they say?
Rat man, a brow furrows. Don't know nothing about no rat men, but it's the feral halflings you want to watch. Terrible creatures they are. All bearded up and eyebrows meet in the middle, big noses.
I think you're talking about dwarves.
Yeah, dwarves.
No, these weren't no dwarves. I've seen the droppings, you see. Not wasn't a dwarf dropping. I know me droppings.
Agatha, we aren't here for any form of. We're not here for that.
The feral. No one takes
We're
any
looking
notice of the
to
feral.
find where Waldemar Hoss lived, the man who was killed recently, and if you know anything else about the events.
I know the man. I know the man.
Happen to know who this Bruno person is?
Dana, Bruno's the brother of the man whose bounty we handed in.
Oh, right, okay.
We covered this.
He said hello, remember?
I can't remember him saying anything.
He's not going to
Well,
get a
they
hello
said-
back.
Bruno said hello. Do you have a place you wish to talk, Agatha, or is out here on the street while the dead bodies are stripped suitable?
I'm going to this wee tavern just beside us.
Well, if you could, see, I'll talk wherever you want for some gin. Give me some money for some gin, and I'll tell you whatever I know.
I will buy you a gin inside.
Oh, okay. You see, some of the people in the bar are sort of like step away. There's like everywhere the crowd parts as you enter the
No.
top deck. I'll just share the link of the top deck on the map. There you go. So it should appear as a green pin now on the Griswold map, so you can see just where you are.
Cool.
Not quite. She's not quite that bad. That was the other woman.
No, I was starting to hear parts of it about to appear. You know what happens.
I watch things, you see. Keep an eye out, I do. While I'm looking for rats, you have to be observant, catch the rats. But you hear what people are saying, and no one ever pays any attention to someone like me. So I know all about your Mr. Ross.
And what do you know about this lamplighter who was found dead?
Oh, I'd see him lighting his lamps at night and coming and going to his house, and he was a nice enough sort. Can't see why anyone would want to do such a terrible thing to him.
Did you see where he went last night?
Oh yeah, he was down at the celebrations. He was the Judgment Day. You know, he was there chewing away at the and throwing cabbages and the like at people in the stocks. People love it, you know. It seems to cheer them all up. I'm not that fussed myself. I much prefer hunting down the rats and stuff. The town say I do a valuable job here.
You do. Keeping the vermin population down is a laudable tradition. Cast your mind back a few weeks. Do you know anything about what happened to the Dahl family? Young couple, recently arrived. My husband was a dock worker. Don't know what the wife did, but he doted upon her husband, apparently.
Don't know too much, except they disappeared, is all I know about them. Seemed alright, strange they just disappeared like that. Some folks say they just wandered off, but I knew something had happened to them. Don't know where they are now or nothing, sorry.
And a week back, Rosalind, she was instrumental in rooting out the mutation in the young girl, Melinda.
Yeah, I was down there and watched that. She had him on her dead as she burnt, spitting out of life, and all the darkness, you could see it going up into the sky like a big dark cloud. And Rosalind, she, terrible what happened to her. Murdered they were. I wonder if we've got a monster or it's them feral halflings, I'm telling you. Feral halflings.
Do you know where Mr. Hoss stayed? Where his residence?
Yeah. I could take you to it if you want.
If you could.
I will keep an eye out this time.
How much did the gin cost?
Well, from this seedy dive, probably not a lot. Are you getting her a bottle or?
No. We need a compass mentis to some degree. A couple of glasses at most.
Oh, a couple of glasses. It's just a couple of pennies then for a couple of shots or a couple of glasses.
Are we having to move at dwarf speed?
Nope, half dwarf speed, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I said I meant your speed.
Yeah, my speed is half dwarf speed now.
Yeah, but I meant your speed. When I said dwarf speed, I meant
The dwarf's speed.
Should we maybe get someone to carry you? I don't know.
That
A
Maybe
wheelbarrow.
we get a couple of women.
On the bright side, guys, basically after you complete this, which shouldn't hopefully take too long now, I'm going to have a period of downtime, which I'm going to, each time I do a period of downtime, I'll probably do about 3 months of it or something. So I'm aiming for you to have like 4 adventures a year or something maybe.
So we can turn your critical wound into a festering wound. Yay!
no, it's all good. It's all good.
So
I've read it up, and there's nothing that should be lingering or bad with this. After 52 days, it's basically gone. I don't have to do any more tests. It's just.
Is there anything you can
Sure,
do
it's 52.
For my.
Or is it because it's one then the other?
It's 26 and then another 26 because it's a major for 26, then it becomes a minor for another 26 days after that. So I've got 52 days of half speed and minus 20 or minus 10 to my tests.
What about the break?
The break lasts 32 days. It's a clean break, so it's not a bad break. I don't have to do any tests at the end of it because he has successfully put a splint on it.
Use of the healing skill does little but inform you not to use the
Yeah.
affected hit location.
That's for the torn muscle, and that means what is it? Oh yeah, it means I can't use the leg, so my movement is reduced by half. I get minus 20 to all tests on that for mobility, so dodge. And I can't use the dodge skill at all. That's it, because I can't use dodge at all, but I wouldn't anyway because my dodge is shite. Minus 20 on my dodge, I think, puts it negative, so not a good start.
I think though I'm going to do something with your short-term goal. I think maybe and give it to you for taking I don't know really.
Well, my short-term goal is to cause a crit. I caused a crit.
Yeah, true.
Don't I? Did I get my 50 gold? 50
yeah,
XP?
Yeah, 50 XP. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to be running around any places
I'm
for the next.
to go back in time and look at my fortune telling.
See if it says anything about you will become very slow.
So she leads us to this guy's house, yeah?
Yeah, she will take you there.
Slowly.
Talking. She's a little bit drunk. Looks like she's sort of permanently a bit drunk, this woman. sort of gets by living on gin and whatever else she does.
Just generally question her in case there's anything else she lets slip that doesn't involve feral halflings.
Well, she'll of course will naturally come down to the sewers and she will mention the feral halflings once or twice, but she'll say, "Well, you get people hiding out in the sewers, you do."
What sort of people?
Gangs.
The Black
Oh,
Wolf Gang?
oh yeah, you get them sorts down there. Footpads, people hiding from the law, mutants.
Mutants, you say? And we heard tell of a disgraced watch captain who has not been seen for some time.
There's a new man down there I've seen and smelt him. Not used to living down the sewers. Don't look like his sort of type of thing. Oddie should be down there. Down there with some strange woman he is. Only seen him at a distance. I keep to myself, you know. You don't usually spot me. I know the sewers quite well. But he's not been down there long. Don't look like one of the usual lot.
Has he been down there about maybe a week or two?
I'd say so. You have business with him.
Is his name Sebastian, or have you not heard?
I don't know what his name is. I've was keeping me distance from folk down there.
Do you have an opinion of Oscar Franco? You know who he is?
Landlord owns quite a lot of properties, he does. One of them filthy money grubbing types. Wouldn't have no time for me, he wouldn't.
No,
Pretty
not at
harsh
all.
on his clients though. Doesn't let them fall behind on the rent or nothing before he throws them out. Don't do any repairs. But then again, they're all the same, these lot.
Does he, or did Mr. Waldemar, Mr. Hoss, was he one of the tenants of Mr. Franco?
Don't think so. He lives a bit more south of here. Most of Franca's houses are up here, they are.
If you could lead us to Waldemar, we may have need of your services if looking towards Zachariah and Walter at this point. I'm assuming is Dana paying attention, or is she still looking at her bones?
I wasn't looking at my bones. That was me looking back when I did run the bones to see if I
okay.
actually got the XP by then.
Do you think this new figure in the sewers could be the Graced Watch Captain?
Seems plausible enough.
You keep on saying captain. I thought it was a sergeant. She kept on saying the other
The
person said
sergeant was the father of the mutant child,
Ah,
but Adela said that the watch captain covered for his sergeant.
yeah.
But either way, they're members of the watch that should not be doing what they've been doing.
We don't know what they're doing. We're just hearing people talking. Prefer to see them doing.
How long before we get to the house we were expecting to get to?
Well, he actually lives down in the Neustadt area. Down here is Hoss, and she'll happily sort of take you down across the park towards Neustadt, and it's a flat, a part of a larger, larger building, sort of flat. That's the one. I've seen him coming in and out of there.
Thank you. And if we needed somebody to take us to where these people are in the sewers, where would we find you, or can you guide us without taking us?
If you're looking for a guide in the sewers, then you won't find none better than the Queen of Tales. Of course, I'll need some gin and the like. Some pennies, perhaps some food.
That can be arranged. Where will we find you?
I'll be back up at the top deck. If you want, you can find me there.
Good. Thank you. If we need you, we'll come and find you.
Thank you very much, sirs and madam.
As she walks off, basically look at Baragas, and it's like, I don't think we want to take you down to the sewers just yet.
Nice open wounds and sewers. Nothing wrong with that.
It's bound. It's fine.
Well, we have an event to attend to this evening, and I think you might do well to rest that leg for at least overnight before we try anything a bit more strenuous.
Yeah,
And we
also
have this,
we don't want to smell like sewage if we,
that too. But we can investigate Mr. Hoss's home first. See if there's any clues to be found. The fact he lives so far south, I can't understand. I can't see any link to anything else that's been done. And
Why don't we
unless
go to the places close to us rather than going to places far away and then coming back to the places that are close to us?
well, because we don't know where they are until we find out where they are.
They told you where one of them was up here, didn't they? I'm sure they told you someone's house was up here.
Yes, but they've been cleared out already by the landlord.
Yeah, but we can go and see them anyway. There may be clues that he didn't see before, like, clues.
That's a possibility, but we now know all the locations. It's not a big town.
I just feel
Yeah.
it's. God, I can't even think of the word. Damn it! It's not logical. It's not efficient. Yes, it's not efficient to do all this movement back and forth.
Unfortunately, I don't think Agatha could have told us where Mr. Hoss's apartment was. She had to show us. I get the impression she's not particularly good at descriptions.
Oh, we're already there at the Mr. Hoss's house? Right,
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know we had moved.
It's a flat on the bottom story ground floor flat. It's shuttered and looks dark.
Does it look dark, natural, or dark, supernatural?
Is there supernatural darkness leaking from the door?
There's no supernatural darkness, and the winds of magic look as normal here, flowing about it. You may
Try
make
the door.
perception checks if you would.
Perception, you say?
Perception, yes, please.
I'm not really that good at perception.
Yes, you are. Hate the fact I've got 11 antennae and I'm only on a 38. You've got like 5, but 72.
Bloody elves.
Exactly.
You notice a dark sort of splat on the door, and looking close, you see it looks like the handprint, but the side of someone's hand, where a bloodied hand's sort of pressed it against the door. Blood marks, essentially.
Have I seen this before I get so many games confused?
You've not seen it anywhere before.
Does it look like a handprint of someone going into the building or coming out of the building?
Coming out. It's like round the edge of the door, like someone's pulled it shut.
Are there any like bloody footsteps or anything?
Is it?
Yeah, you'll find some drops of sort of blood outside, not a massive amount though.
Ooh,
Killed at home.
other soft stuff. What I was going to ask is the height of the hand halfling size, dwarf size, human size, elf sized?
Oh, ogre size.
Oh, human sized.
Is it Waldemar Hoss?
We don't have met him, so we don't. Oh, women.
I've examined his body in great detail back in the Middenplatz.
Oh, is it his hand? Well, Dana got an astounding success. It looks larger than Hoss's hand. Hoss has got quite small hands, as these looked quite large, shovel fightery type guy hands. Big
So
sausage
possibly
fingers.
whoever was responsible.
No, we wouldn't know. 'cause
The door
why
is
would they
locked.
come-
It's locked, yeah? Okay, because I did try it. Gentlemen, lady, are any of you capable of opening the door without brute force?
No, and I don't think the dwarf can do brute force anymore. Go on, kick the door down.
Well, it's not going to kick it in, at least.
Why about that window? Is that window open? Is there a window?
There's a window, yeah, shuttered.
Looks the skills.
You say it's an apartment. Are there other apartments in the same building?
Nope.
There are, yeah. There's a door to the next to the one you've got, which you presume might lead upstairs, and then there's another, house next door as well, like a terrace.
Is it lit?
Yes, yes.
Is
Knock,
it
knock, knock.
possible to do an intuition roll to see if the guy has left the key under the mat?
Yes, though you're gonna need like a 0 to 5 or something, 0 to 6, whatever the automatic thing is.
Can I not just?
I was
attack
so
with an axe?
close!
That's not bad. What was that, guys?
Can I just attack it with an axe? Is it not just a wooden door?
It is just
It
a
is,
wooden door.
but if we can try to open it without destroying it first.
Why do we not? Why do we not need to destroy it?
Because there's no need if we can open it without.
Have you opened it yet?
No, I'm just about to ask next door. Knock, knock, knock.
Well, I can ask the door itself a lot quicker.
A man will open the door, brown-haired man. He sort of squints at you, looks a bit nervous. What can I do for you?
Good evening, citizen. I am a operative of the Emperor's Inquisition, and I would ask you if you have means to get into the apartment next door. Perhaps your neighbour left a key with you?
His mouth drops open and he splutters a lot. No, he didn't, Mr. Hoss. No, he didn't leave no key with us. But is he in trouble? There was a terrible bumping and banging around there last night.
About what time?
Oh, about midnight.
Okay. I think that confirms the scene of the crime. Dominic turns back to everyone else, says that. Who would have a key to the apartment?
I saw a man leave. I did, if it helps.
Could you describe him?
Tall man, dark hair with a beard, and he seemed to he got like a bloody bandage around one eye.
Tall man, dark hair, bloody bandage around one eye.
Could that be Black Wolfgang?
Why would that mean?
Will you,
Okay.
Barrett's
In the background, Barras is like swinging his axes around, practicing.
Would
There we
somebody
go.
please take Barrack, please. You're not in a fit state. Sit back.
Yes.
He's kicking arse out of whatever it is.
No, I'm not. I'm swinging my axe. Well, I've done.
Well, he's only got one leg to stand on. So
Well,
when he kicks
I'm not
his
thinking.
full
I'm
straight on his
swinging.
arse.
This
I'm swinging. How many wounds does
bandage-eyed
the door have?
individual. This individual with a bandage over his eye. Which way did you see him go?
Oh, he went northwards out of here, but he didn't leave till later, and I don't know what they could have been getting up to. All sorts of banking and clashing there was until probably after midnight last night, and then it all went quiet, and yeah, I saw him come out, and he started went off to the north a bit, carrying a big sack with him. He was.
Carrying a sack. Thank you. You've assisted our investigation. Well, I would close your door. We will be undertaking an investigation, and please ignore any noise you might hear.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, not to me though. I've not done nothing
I'm
wrong.
sure you have nothing to worry about, citizen. Assuming you do have nothing to worry about.
No. Thank you. Good day. And he shuts the door.
You
Turn around and see if
dudes
he's opened the
forgot-
door.
You forgot to ask him a question.
Which one, Dinah?
What other people came to see Host? That would have been a good question to
No,
ask.
he only described one.
No, other people who visited Host in the past.
No, we'll see if there's anything in there.
There's maybe his friends, acquaintances.
I cannot concentrate with that. Can somebody please help Baragaz get his axe in the right direction?
This is crap rolling.
I'll try to apprehend him if I
Can we move away from him before he loses his axe and goes into one of
Jesus. Well, I've done quite a few wounds to it. To be
Is this the door?
Yes.
yes, I've been hitting the door.
If that was the door, it went probably ages ago with the amount of swishing and stuff. So there'll be a big
And
crash.
most of those rolls, by the way, are fails. Don't forget.
No, only three. Only three. Those 78. The high ones are still hits. The 8 ones in the 80s.
Dana, could you cast your elven eyes over the scene before any of us wander in and cause any more damage?
What you mean is you want me to look inside and see if there's anything there?
Yes.
Doors open.
Oh. How much of that splinters have you destroyed, the Evans?
Oh,
You
here's the key. It's under the rock. You must have missed that.
Right, let's have a look inside. Let me have a look inside and see what I see.
Make me a willpower roll, please, Dana.
Willpower?
Oh.
It's a frightening scene.
It's a scene of carnage, death, and destruction.
Wouldn't worry me. Willpower, there we go. Oh god, my willpower.
Can't help but think the guy with the bandage over his eye, that doesn't match the description of the guy we brought in on the bounty, does it? He can't do. He wasn't here last night.
Well, I thought that said 13, but it's actually 73.
Are we going to need someone else to do that?
No, if something happens now.
He was asked to do it.
Do you want to spend a fortune?
I think I might need to spend a fortune because you're going to give me something really nasty.
And we are stopping very imminently.
Okay.
So, well, I don't know.
So we just get the effects of this.
Does the fortune give you any pluses to this roll?
No, I'll let you re-roll it.
Accidental partridge.
It's better.
Have you got any more fortune?
No. But it's a better roll. It's not like that human that failed 4 times in a row.
Okay.
Somebody's laughing so much they forgot to close their microphone, Gary.
Gary.
It was a
Gary, microphone's open.
Gary, what's going on?
We need to know what's happening.
I want to know what's going on now.
Yes.
What?
Can't hear us yet.
That's brilliant.
He can't. We'll get him in a second.
Like the double take, the man lady takes.
We need to know. We need to know.
Your mic's open. Your
Whoops.
mic's open.
Oops, sorry.
That's all right. We all want to know what the thing is now. It sounds hilarious.
It does.
I was being shown an accidental partridge. Do you know that?
No, but you'll have to put a link in Discord.
Okay.
But anyway, now the hilarity's out of the way, what terrible fate is Dana?
Yes, Dana, it's fear basically. You you go in and looking inside. There's a scene of just carnage. There's blood and all the furniture has been thrown around the place, apart from a chair which has been stuck in the centre of the room. Scattered around there are various body parts. There's the eyes, which are like they're squished onto the floor, and various other horrific furniture. Lots of blood, gore, and death, really, of a kind you've not seen before. And you've got to get away. You've just got to get out of there, basically. You're not standing for that. Yeah. And you
can someone else who might be better at that sort of thing?
Well, we're going to have to look in a sec.
What happens when I run away? You said something.
Well, nothing too bad. You've just got to get away from the source of your fear.
Oh, okay. Nothing happens to me. It's just basically run away. Okay, move away from
He is a feared.
Yeah, feared. So anybody else passing a fear check can go in and...
Can't
Oh,
be that
definitely. Any bonuses for careers that inure you towards?
Nope.
Walter just walks in. You don't know what the problem is, Walter. What the...
I've slept
I am an
in worse
interrogator,
places.
Yeah, you're all right with that, Dominic. With it, yeah, Zach, you're not having anything of it either. You don't. Yeah, it's gross in there. But Dominic and Walter, you're fine. You can search the scene.
Can I say I'm a slayer and essentially I'm immune to fear?
No.
Oh, could
I
you get
get
immune to fear
fearless.
later? Yeah.
No,
Have you got it yet?
Well,
I'm not sure.
it's marginal failure, so you can go in, but you'll look pale, but won't admit it to anyone.
It's because of my blood loss.
Well,
That's exactly. Yes, exactly.
Well, I think we've solved the mystery of where he died.
This looks like a murder location. Basically, it looks
And
like he
also
was
within
tortured and killed
books.
here.
Whoa, don't jump to conclusions. Are you sure?
His genitals are on the floor over there.
Yes.
I think this is where they were
And
cut
over
off.
there.
Are you sure? I think you're right.
Could be an eyeball, I'm not sure.
Perception rolls for those who are in attendance.
Well, since me and Zach ran for it, we're not.
I'm going to use fortune on that pre-roll.
Failed. Taking my time though.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. Oh, I did. I succeeded.
Now,
Well,
the dwarf's used to picking his way through gore, obviously.
Excellent.
looking down at the impressive amount of blood around here, Vargas, you see that there's footprints on the ground, boot marks, and they've got a distinctive, like, crisscross tread to them.
I am closer to the ground, I suppose.
And you're allowed to say that because you're a dwarf.
Yep.
That'd be
And
grudge worthy for anyone else.
A little bit closer now. My legs hurt. What do you make of that pattern there?
Crisscross
Some sort of
pattern.
marking, shoes, footwear.
It could be the boot. So, well, if we can describe that to Dana, it's possibly something she can track. We have a description of somebody. Anybody, we can see if we can identify it if it is Sebastian or the sergeant. The build, the hairstyle, the beard, and the bandage across one eye should be enough to make distinctive for anyone who has seen them. But at least we have solved the sequence of events from yesterday. He was not killed while he was out. He was killed at home.
Out of interest, do you have a sort of motive?
That's the question. I mean, is there anything we could perhaps find in his place to could give us some clue?
Was he throwing cabbages at someone who had friends?
Possibly.
Well, it could be that this person was working at night and he saw something that happened. And
That's
these
also
people
a possibility.
are getting rid of the...
You don't
As a
find
lamplighter, he might have seen the previous murder.
you don't find anything else of interest in the lamplighter's home, though you could rob it if you wished. I shouldn't give you ideas, should I? Really?
I don't think we should. He is a law-abiding citizen of low standing, if not good. It may simply be that there is somebody extant who wishes revenge on the town that rightfully takes justice out on the wicked.
And on that merry note, I'm going to bring the curtain down on this session for the evening. Everybody gets 100 experience points. Thank you very much. Sorry about the lag. Happens.
There's nothing wrong with my leg. I'm perfectly fine. I don't know what you're on about. It took me ages to teach him what movement was. I was, oh my god.
And next week is the middle of Christmas, the day after Boxing Day, I believe. Is everyone okay to play on that day?
I
should be
can't.
fine.
No.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, only guess. Wait, what's
I
your
can't.
guess? Family again?
Yep.
Send them
It's
away.
Christmas.
Do it last time you sent them all the way to their mums or something. Your mum. Your wife's mum. God almighty, get it right.
Mother-in-law, I believe, is the term.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah.
I'll leave it.
I'm out.
I'll leave it kind of up to the party, but if we can get 3 players, I'll run it. Run a session next Thursday.
Well, there's me, there's John. I don't know if Kerry can make it or but
I should be able to.
That's the 27th, I think, special. Unless there's a birthday involved, at which point I apologise to anybody who has a birthday on the 27th. You are special and a unique snowflake.
Yes.
let me see. Where's the 27th? They've actually given me my timetable. I'm working every day that week, which is a pain, except for Christmas Day. I'm only working till 7 o'clock that day. Oh my God, they got me working till 7 o'clock. Stupid woman. She always forget.
Okay. In which
No,
case, then, apologies, Gaz, but I guess
Go
we'll
for it.
aim to play next Thursday.
Woohoo!
I'll give.
It's okay. Okay, guys, you'll get a peg leg. Don't worry.
I'll give you half X, Gaz, while you're away.
Oh, don't give. Why would you give him half? Not quarter. He's at half movement. He's a quarter movement now, or something like that. There. Yes. If you dragging the party backwards, I think he's cursing me in the background.